a reservation is obtained through three ways. One is by entering in a treaty with the federal government. Another is through a state reservation, where a state will offer a home place for you. And the other is through a executive order by the President of the United States. And that was the initial way we got this reservation, was through an executive order by the President at that time, which was later ratified by Congress, since as far as the federal responsibility, trust responsibility, any policy and legislation that's going to occur in our United States Constitution, Congress has that authority. Not the judicial system, not the executive branch of the government. So, of course, that has been dismantled, as far as the lawyer work in terms of how they interpret it. So there's a lot of decisions being made in the Supreme Court of our federal government that affects Native Americans. In that light, so when the executive order was given, because he's the only one that could do that, to begin the initial, what they call a negotiation power, to start trying to obtain our land. So when that reality became, this reservation that we have was an old military base, and it was, closed down, so the land base was available. At the time when Montana was becoming a state, so there was really a lot of through the Homestead Act, there was really a lot of influx in the westward movement from the eastern seaboard. So there was really a lot of obstacles. People didn't want the Chippewa-Cree to get this reservation because they had in mind of these people coming from the western seaboard so they could homestead it. So consequently, there was several places that was looked at for a reservation, like in the Lincoln Valley, right in Lincoln there's a Horseshoe Valley. They didn't want that area because they wanted to respect the bear spirit. That was the habitat of the bears. It's very hard to live with bears. So, and another one is near Culbertson, Montana. That one there too. However, the Great Northern Railroad, it had a strong influence in the lobbying efforts because they wanted that land so they could build this railroad. So that became a favor. And the next spot that was picked was in the near Grass Range, just before you get there on going to cut across from Harlem to go to Billings, You'll come to a place where there's a semi-tall bull ranch, and on that creek is called the Chippewa Creek. And right there against the mountains was another site that was selected. And in the meantime, the negotiation was taking place, and it became a reality that they finally did obtain a reservation. So the reservation is really probably the youngest one in the whole United States. It's not through a treaty or a state. It was through the negotiation, through that executive order, and ratified by Congress. And it was unanimously passed, because of the work of the people doing a letter campaigning and the plight of the Indians.